Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of A Better Web with Beep, where we review websites using a tool called Beep, which you will see in action shortly. My name is Roberto, the CMO of Beep. Gosh, it's a lot of beeps in a span of 10 seconds. But anyway, having said that, in this episode, we're going to be taking a look at a website called Gamerspark, where you can host or join private game sessions with a group of friends or strangers online. Now, I checked this website out earlier, and there are a lot of changes that can be made to improve the user experience and to improve the impression that you give to site visitors. Here in the navigation bar, let's start with that. The logo is fine. Here, I'm not so sure if the padding is fine. It's a little bit, constricted here, a little bit narrow padding, but that's fine. Here, what I noticed is that find games, find hosts, and these CTA buttons, sign in, sign up, they're a little bit, the gap between them is a bit too narrow. So I'll use Beep to let you know and leave a comment here and say that to increase the padding or spacing between these navigation bar items. And I'm gonna save that. Oh, before I do that, let me add a new project so I can put all of these, since I'm going to be adding multiple comments, I'm gonna assign them a project folder so I can send you all the comments in bulk in one go through just one link. So I'm gonna name this Gamerspark. Save that. And I'm gonna select this, save. As you can see, Gamerspark is already assigned to this comment, and I'm gonna click save. Now moving on to the hero section, which is this area here, I can see the main premise of the website, which is to find, host, or play games. I don't know if, what else will you do with games aside from really play them. I'm not sure if that is irrelevant, but without a comma, without any separation, it's a little bit vague because you might think it's find, host, play all on one go. So what I would say here is to separate these, such as find, host, or you can even do it this way, find, and then use this large host, play, games, etc. Another thing about the hero section, I see here in the background you have a Call of Duty Modern Warfare image and no indication as to other games. I think that probably you have a GIF or an MP4 that's playing, but all I see on my side is an image. And you have to think of it this way. A lot of people, a lot of site visitors don't have that much bandwidth. So maybe they have a lower or a slower internet connection. Mine is actually pretty fast, so I don't know if you did a GIF or an MP4, but it's not playing on my side. But I did check out your site before making this video, and I'm aware that you have other games such as Apex, Fortnite, FIFA. And why not display this also here on the hero section? You can do it as an image and just do like a montage or like collage. Like you separate this into 4 or 5 sections and put, Modern Warfare here, and then FIFA here, and then Apex Legends here, and whatever other games here. Split them up into like a collage. Or if you really want to do a video or something playing, try not to go for GIFs because GIFs are quite high in the memory space. If you want to stick to MP4, MP4 is fine, but the best is WebM format. Let me type here. Best if you want to have a video in the background, go for WebM format, or use a collage with a featuring all the games featured. Popular games your community plays. Now scrolling down, you explain what is Gamerspark. I see here it's a little bit weird because you have it in all caps. I'm going to insert a beep here and say, don't make these all caps. Keep it at what is ... Gamerspark. Your platform, I'm not really going to read that. I read that a while ago. It seems fine. Here I see you have a product hunt counter. It's only got 2 upvotes. I understand why you have the product hunt. It's a form of social proof that you're not only here, but you're also, present in other communities. But 2 upvotes, come on, that's not very helpful in terms of social proof. In fact, that's more damaging to your social proof. So I would say, take away this product hunt counter. It doesn't help improve social proof. So then as I scroll down, I see that you're asking people to register as a player. I don't know if that's a wise decision, given that they just, like, I just landed on the page. I know what you're kind of doing. I know what the premise of the website is about. I know what Gamerspark is about. But I have not yet been convinced that I want to join the community, nor host a game, nor join the platform. So I think this is a little bit of a shot in the dark. And people will, I guarantee that majority of people, maybe 95% of people, will not even sign up here. Probably put this somewhere near the bottom once you have increased your chances of getting people to sign up, right? So I would put this section actually above, because if I were to to land on this page because I want to join games, I want to know first, okay, what is Gamerspark, and then I want to know what games, upcoming sessions I can join, right? So here, instead of saying upcoming games, because it seems like your upcoming games is something that a video game store or a video game forum would post when they're saying like, okay, these are the latest games that are coming out in 2024. That's not what you're actually saying, right? I would change this to actually a call to action. I would say change to join upcoming sessions. That is more specific, and it's more of a call to action and not something descriptive such as, okay, here are the upcoming games. Instead, tell them, join our upcoming sessions. So I'd also leave a comment saying that this entire section of this upcoming game section, should be moved up right below the what is Gamerspark section. Okay, so here I see you got a bunch of sessions that are upcoming. June 7th, there's one for Call of Duty. Book today, I'm not so sure about that. Book today can be like the guy can book later in the evening, can book later in a couple of hours. I would say as a stronger call to action, change book today, change this to say book now instead. It's more immediate. All right, so I want to join, let's say, Call of Duty. Let me click that. And I see that it's fully booked. Okay, fully booked. You got your slots filled already, 4 out of 4. But here it says no spots left. How come that does not say that here? I see here you have 10 spots left, 8 spots left. This one does not say anything. If you could, let me insert a comment here. If you could insert a fully booked label or no slots left label, actually be more helpful to users. Not only that, because people will know that it's fully booked, they wouldn't have to click on it. Plus, it's a good measure. It's a good way of showing social proof for visitors to know that people are actually using your site. Because when you see that it's fully booked, what does that mean? It means that people are using your site. So it's a good way of showing social proof as well when you have the fully booked label there. So I'm going to save that. And speaking of social proof, you see here you have 10 spots left, 8 spots left. These are actually very difficult to see with the backdrop, and then the Call of Duty everything is in white kind of matches that. So I would say if you can, I'm not so sure what your website hosting platform you're using, but if you can, have a label that is colored and stands out. Improves the social proof. All right, so let's move on to the next section, features. Become host. Yeah, that kind of sounds strange. I think to make it more grammatically correct and to be more professional, because professionalism, when people land on a website, they want to know that if they're going to spend money or if they're going to use the services, they're going to get their money's worth. And a key factor to know that you're going to get your money's worth is to know that the website owners or the website developers are professional in that they pay attention to details, one of which is being grammatically correct. And become host, it's not grammatically correct. I would say change this to become a host. So we have become a host, payment system to receive payment in Gamerspark. To make it more attractive, I would change payment system to get paid. And then review rating system. And I also see here you have 3 graphics, graphic in white, graphic in yellow. Now which one, spot the difference, right? To make it more seamless, I would suggest that you change this to a white color to match the rest. unless you want to make this stand out, but I don't think you want to make it stand out because it's just talking about a rating system. It's nothing special. I'd rather this stands out because you say get paid rather than this standing out, right? All right, so let's move down to frequently asked questions. How does Gamerspark work? Okay. How do I become, again with the professionalism, how do I, it's small, if I'm a game host, how will I know, these things change. I capitalize. If I'm a game host here, change it to that, but if all this, you have to pay attention to these details because people will naturally, subconsciously even, lose trust in what you're trying to sell because you clearly don't pay attention to details. If you don't pay attention to details here, how do they know that you're going to pay attention to details when they're using your services, right? Here also copyright, it's a little bit too early for this copyright. So this copyright, usually it's at the very bottom because nobody really cares about this. It's just usually at the very bottom of the footer, right below even these links. So I would say move this copyright section to the very bottom of the page, below the footer items. You can even reduce the font size. All right. Also, I passed over it, but then I noticed that you have, is my payment safe? You can either say, are my payments safe? Or is my payment safe? Attention to details. Here as well, in the footer section, support, what does support do? It brings you to a contact us page. So I would recommend that instead of saying support, you change support, change to contact us. It's more specific, and I think it's it clears the way for any doubt, so that's much better in terms of user experience. And also FAQ, change to capitalize, so FAQ, because it's an acronym. Again, attention to detail, professionalism. And also, speaking of the footer, you see the items, they're almost falling out of the page. I would recommend to put some padding below the items so that there's a little bit of a gap between the edge of the screen, the bottom of the screen, and these items. So increase the gap below the footer section. Now, the amazing thing about Beep is that all these comments that I left on your website, all I have to do to send it to you is to go to the project folder that I created, Gamerspark, open all here, and I'm just gonna have to copy paste this link in and send it to you via Messenger, email, whatever. And as you can see here on the left side, you can see the screenshots with a pin locating where exactly the comment was placed and what the comment is. You can see here, here. And as you can see, if you click on a pin, it's going to take you all the way to what the comment said. You can click on the link to open up the page on a new tab, see it for yourself. And then that's it. Super easy. Beep makes like project management, website reviews, user testing, team collaboration, super easy, super fast. Just a few seconds, you can create comments and send them out to anyone. So if you're new to the channel and you want to see more website reviews such as this, then do consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the notifications button, as we will be pushing out more content in the weeks to come. So having said that, I hope this helps you out, and see you next time.